listening to On the Shelf episode number 26 of
Brutal Battle.
Once again, it's only going to be 2 beers for this because we've been cutting things down. So for this one, we made sure that we did one kind of local for us and one not as local for us, although there was a bit of confusion on my part because the first beer we're going to have, I was thinking was a brewery from California, but I was mistaken when I just looked at it before we started recording. It's actually from Virginia, so it may still be kind of local in that sense.
Yeah, we don't know how far they distribute.
Right. So, I mean, it's a whole state over, though.
Yeah.
And, like, we're at the top of our state for the most part, and Sterling, Virginia, I think is kind
towards
of
DC.
Yeah, kind of towards the top of that state. So we're basically a whole state away from where this is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to justify this, basically, is what I'm trying to do. But the brewery I thought it was Crooked Lane Brewing in California, which I was like, oh, cool, I've been wanting to try their stuff. I didn't know it was distributed here. But this one is actually Crooked Run Brewing. So you can see where the confusion is there because they're both road names.
Crooked. And
they sound very similar. But anyway, so this is Crooked Run out of Sterling, Virginia. And this is their Soul Window, which is a double IPA with Mosaic, Sabro, and Zappa hops. And it's 8.5% alcohol. And it is in a 16-ounce can. Jeez, that was a big...
Yeah, that was loud.
That was a really big pop. The can's really full, too. So... This is obviously the first time we've ever had Crooked Run before. So.
I've never even heard of them.
Oh, man. There's like a real big...
And...
Hazy.
I think I looked at the beers we got, and I don't think there's a date code at the bottom. But you want to double check me?
Yeah, I'll double check. I'll say that the hop aroma that's coming off of it while I'm pouring it is pretty nice.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just a blue dot. So
we don't know what that means.
Right. So, you know... Disclaimer, we have no idea how old this is. It was on the shelf at our local liquor store. We have no idea how old this is, and that's on the brewery.
Yeah.
Date coding's a thing. You should do it. But maybe it tastes great. We'll see.
So it's hazy.
Man, that nose... Oh, sorry. Yeah, we should have talked a little bit more about... It's very yellow.
Yeah.
Like yellow, slight orange to the yellow. But
it looks like a hazy IPA.
Yes. It's got a great nose.
Yeah, it does.
But that happens a lot with hazy IPAs, and then the flavor's kind of like, oh, that's
it's just watery, yeah,
it's watery and yeasty and
so juicy orange.
It is insanely juicy, and I say this all the time. Like I love the noses typically on hazy IPAs. It's just then you drink it and it's like way watered down version of what you just smelled.
Yeah, sometimes
not like it at all. It smells kind of sweet, like sugary sweet.
Yeah, but not too sweet. Like there's a sweetness there, but not over the top.
There's a very, very slight bitterness, but it's mainly just like sugary, juicy, citrusy. Yeah. It's like orange. I get like a very, very brief kind of pininess to it.
I was going to say pineapple. I'm getting some pineapple.
Yeah, I could see a pineapple in there. Grapefruit, pineapple, orange. Very, very small pine note.
Yeah, it smells good. I'm going in for the taste.
It does. It smells excellent. That's a vibrant, wonderful nose. I hope it tastes the way it smells. That would be great.
Getting that Vaseline.
What? Like, it tastes nothing like the way it smells. Let's be honest.
Are you getting the Vaseline?
I see what you're saying. I'm not super... sensitive to that type of flavor.
You're sensitive to black olive. I'm really sensitive to Vaseline, that petroleum.
It tastes like sugary yeast, to be honest. It's not good. But this is kind of what hazy IPAs have turned into. It's like, here's a killer nose. Now drink it. It doesn't taste anything like that. It actually tastes super disappointing.
It's okay. I could see why some people like this. There's a decent bitterness on it.
It's like real grainy.
You think so?
Not like texture-wise, but like it's like very like raw grain flavor.
Oh, okay.
In the end of each sip, it's too sweet. It's like very sugary sweet.
I don't think so at all. I mean, it's sweet, but I don't think it's over the top.
It's really sweet for me.
For me, it's bitter.
This beer sucks. I don't like this at all.
Oh.
This is gross. I'm going to say that.
I don't think it sucks. I just think it's okay.
Nah, it sucks. I don't like that at all. I mean, for you, right. I'm just saying my personal opinion.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure there are people who like this, and that's fine. It's just, as you know, if you've been listening to the podcast long enough, I'm not a fan of hazy IPAs because of how low flavor they are and how yeasty they typically are.
For me, it's just it's too bitter for me, and the Vaseline flavor is too much for me.
Yeah, but it's not even like a normal like alcohol bitterness or like a normal like hop bitterness to the beer. It's like just this weird like yeast bitterness. It's like flour. It's like they put baking flour into it. It's like that type of like bitterness to it. It's like food bitter, if you know what I mean.
Well, let's see if the next beer is any better.
I do not like that.
This next beer also could be a stinker.
Yeah, because it's really weird.
It is weird.
And this is another one we were confused about, actually. Both of us on this one. Because
we didn't read the entire can. We just read the beginning of it, and we're like, oh, let's try this one. And then we got it home, and we're like, oh.
Well, that's actually a theme, then, for not reading the entire can for either of these. But yeah, so this one we actually thought was going to be a stout of sorts, just based off the ingredients we read. And then Rebecca read it further when we got home and was like, this isn't a stout. But you could see where... Oh, do you want to do it?
I can do it.
You could see where we would be confused about this one as well.
So the only part we saw was tiramisu milkshake. And the ingredients, vanilla, espresso, ladyfingers, marshmallow fluff. But it's actually an IPA. It's a tiramisu milkshake IPA. And it's from Nepenthe Brewing. And they're out of Baltimore, Maryland. And it is 7.5%.
So, yeah. I mean, yeah. We just saw the ingredients and we're just kind of like, oh, stout, right? Nope. Milkshake IPA. So, I'm very interested to find out how the hops are going to be incorporated into this.
So it's double dry hopped with Mosaic, Simcoe, and Triumph, with vanilla beans, espresso, ladyfingers, marshmallow fluff, and contains lactose. I
mean, it sounds like it could be awesome.
I mean, and you were just saying recently you wanted a coffee IPA. So
but this is different.
I know, but it still has coffee. It has espresso in it.
I want a West Coast style coffee IPA. Like, that's what I want. I want it to taste like literally a West Coast IPA with some coffee added to it in a great way. Cold brew. Because that's always the best way to do it.
Okay, so we'll see what this is like.
I don't know. I didn't get a lot of flavors popping out at me when I just sniffed it real quick while pouring. It's, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, this could go either way.
Maybe it's the opposite of what we had with the first beer, where it doesn't smell the best, but it tastes great. We'll see.
There's a little haze to it.
We're pretty orange.
Pretty orange,
yellowy orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a haziness to it for sure, which can't really get away with that with those ingredients in it, honestly.
Getting the coffee.
Actually, now that I really get my nose in there, it smells pretty good.
Yeah, I'm getting the coffee. I'm getting the vanilla.
Yeah, definitely getting the vanilla. It smells very soft.
Yeah.
It's very creamy, soft. I get a lot of the hops to it. Like, I can tell that it's like a nice IPA backbone or base beer to it, plus that coffee, plus those vanilla beans.
I mean, I don't anticipate we're going to smell... I guess the marshmallow fluff is just going to make it more vanilla-y.
Yeah.
And maybe
Sweetness.
Sweet. And then I'm not sure what the ladyfingers are going to do to it.
It's smelling good to me.
It does smell good.
It's like a breakfast IPA. That's what it smells like. Like a nice breakfast IPA. Man, I hope this satisfies my craving for a coffee IPA. That'd be nice.
I like it. It's definitely creamy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very creamy. Very creamy.
Very creamy.
I like that.
Definitely giving the vanilla.
I'm getting a real hop kick.
Yeah.
To it. Like, nice citrusy blast. But it doesn't downplay the vanilla,
or
the creaminess, the coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, I like this.
Cool. I'm glad we went with this one. This is nice. And it is kind of satisfying my craving for a coffee IPA. It really kind of is.
I mean, I could do a little bit more on the coffee.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree.
But I don't know how that would balance out with all the other flavors. I think this is very balanced You're getting a little bit of everything in it.
It's a little sweeter than I prefer for a beer like this.
I could see that.
But it's not like an undrinkable type sweet.
No.
It's just like a personal thing. But, no, I mean, it tastes pretty good. I'm pretty impressed that they pulled that off. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it.
And I like, you didn't talk about the can art.
No, but all their can art is cool.
Yeah, it usually is really, really awesome. But they basically have like Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters on there. And it looks like he's like getting hit by something. Like he's involved in a fight with like some kaiju or something like that.
It has the artist's name on the side.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
On this side, I assume. Mike Moses. If you want to follow Mike Moses on Twitter, he's at the Drown Town. The DROWN Town. The Drown Town.
I don't know if he does all the can art, because all the can art is kind of in this similar style. Yeah. So Nepenthe is one of the breweries I've been to, and Carlin has not.
Yeah. I think this is done with cryo hops.
Oh, you get
I'm
the
going to say, yeah, I get a little bit of hop burn to it, which hop burn's kind of a problematic thing with some beers. So there's a bit of hop burn to it that I don't like that's coming out as I'm sipping on it more. A lot of times that you can just end up getting that when you over hop a beer. I think there are ways that have been researched that you can hop a beer a lot but not end up getting that burn to it. But I think that's like some extra technique you have to employ to make that happen, which I don't think a lot of breweries know about that, but anyway. Still, I mean, it's probably pretty obvious to people that that's my winner of the two beers.
I guess we don't really need to rank these.
Yeah. So obviously number one is the Nepenthe. What did you do, Ray? The tiramisu milkshake IPA with vanilla, espresso, ladyfingers, and marshmallow fluff. I don't think the ladyfingers are doing anything.
Yeah, I don't.
Most likely. I think it's just like...
Just to kind of say it's the tiramisu.
And then once again, the second beer is the Crooked Run Brewing Soul Window, which is that double IPA with Mosaic Sabro and Zappa hops, which I don't like at all. But you can finish that. I am not
I'm not going to finish. Yeah, I'm not going to finish it.
No thanks.
It's not worth the calories.
Anyway, if you want to email us and let us know that you have differing opinions about these beers or the same opinions about these beers, you can do that. Or just say hi or whatever. Give us feedback. brutalbattlepodcast@gmail.com. You can check out our website, brutalbattle.com, where you can see pictures for every single episode and get to listen to as many back episodes as you want, going all the way back to number 1. You can also do that by going to archive.org and searching Brutal Battle. Please rate us and review us on whatever podcatcher you listen to us through. iTunes is the most helpful for us ratings-wise. Also, Untapped. I am Carlton Malibu, as it's spelled as it sounds, all one word, or Carlin C. or Carlin Cook. And
I'm Rebecca C.
And the Instagram.
Brutal Battle Podcast. Oh, that's a tongue twister sometimes.
Yeah. And you're usually putting up about 2.
Yeah, sometimes I forget. Definitely every Sunday, because you'll get the pictures of the beers we had on the episode that dropped.
Yeah. So don't look at that if you don't want to know before listening to the podcast. So I would recommend in that case, listen to the podcast, then look at the picture on Instagram or the website, either way. But yes. Anyway, been fun. We're going to be doing another On the Shelf episode after this, too. I don't know if we're going to record it, not after this, but the next weekend after this. But I don't know if we'll release it right after this one, week-wise. We might break it up with another thing. But no, there's another On the Shelf coming very soon. And we successfully, in that instance, did the thing of one local, one not. So.
Yes.
But anyway, thank you, everyone, for checking this out. And until next time,
keep it brutal.